Hello everybody, welcome back to 539. So we're at another special location. A lot of you have been wanting to see some more mausoleums, and so today I scouted out a place that was really interesting and had some older historic mausoleums that would be really cool to check out. So we're gonna do that. I'm not sure if there's a war memorial in this particular location, but in one of the locations that I'm going to today, there's actually a really awesome but a little bit mysterious war memorial. So let's see what we can find there. But I can hear somebody driving around here. I can't really see anybody, but it looks like there might be security here. I've been seeing a few people just sort of driving around in circles, but no problems with that. We'll just continue about our business here and see what all we can find here. So one thing I've noticed so far is this place is really, really big, and there's a lot of these ground level crypts. All of them so far look in fairly decent condition. And continuing on deeper back, I think there's even a wooded section this way somewhere. But I wanted to first off get a look inside here if we can indeed even see in. It looks like, unfortunately, this side at least has completely sealed off doors. The glass probably broke, I'm guessing. There is some writing though. And it looks like it's exactly the same on the back side. A decent amount of damage around here. Hard to tell what the cause would be. So maybe that's some of the reason even that this is like this. Maybe somebody came through and did some damage, or I don't even know. And for being a headstone from 1854, this is in amazing condition. That car I'm hearing must be way outside the actual graveyard. It's definitely coming from that way, and there's no actual roads that are inside of the cemetery over there. So I'm guessing someone's just sort of driving around. Maybe they're looking for the entrance. Another Woodman of the World monument right here. I'm kind of thinking it might be a four-wheeler. And this above ground crypt right here is in really good condition. And so are most of them from the looks of it. We'll do a quick glance around the edges here. Definitely seeing some masons. Really amazing looking, just a very simple design. A granite stone here, and all the way from 1889. It still looks like the day it was put here. This is pretty interesting right next to it. This is another great example of one of these ground level crypts that has remained in really good condition over the years. And there's one directly behind it that hasn't fared so well. And a lot of these seem to there's just some strange damage, like just random things that have fallen over, almost as if someone's just randomly came in and kicked a few things over here and there, or something's bumped into them like an animal. It's possible that deer sometimes come through if they got spooked enough and didn't know what they were doing and ran straight into something. It could knock it over as well, so it's hard to really say. This one's not in terrible condition. Obviously, the top layer here has had a lot of damage. Mainly, it looks like due to plant life that has grown around it. Although it does have a major crack going in there too. Over here is another one of these very simply designed stones. Not seeing that this particular person, or it looks like actually it was meant for a husband and wife, but it doesn't look like they were members of the Masons, so it's not a strictly Masonic design, it doesn't look like. Back this way is another sort of lonely grave here on the end, although based on the big divot right here, I would say there's a good chance that a lot of these headstones have just disappeared over the years. You can see it's looking, it looks a lot better on camera actually. It's showing a lot of wear. It's going to be difficult here in the next few years to continue reading this one. A gigantic hole has been made directly behind it by something. Wow, that goes so deep. Not sure exactly what that is that lives down there, but it looks pretty big. I guess I didn't realize that this forest area was so deep back here. So I don't know where those people are, but they're somewhere back in this direction, and they must be riding four-wheelers. Wow, kind of looks like a World War II veteran here, but directly behind, yeah, it looks, you can see 1887, so I don't know if these are family members and they decided to be buried in the same section, or what exactly the case was, but they're very, very close together. And a really pronounced cross engraving right here. This is pretty cool. What an interesting name. Zelia. Let me know if any of you out there has ever heard of that before or ever known anybody with that name. It may be something that's fallen out of use now, but I actually really like it. That's pretty cool. It's kind of an interesting case right here. I'm guessing that this used to be actually back here, but it's kind of interesting that they would decide to move it, unless there is another one that's buried somewhere in here. Definitely pulled back around to check me out. But no big deal. I'm just gonna head back up towards the road and see if they pull around again. I'll say hi. I want to get someone to actually talk for once on film, maybe get a reason here. I'm sure that it's probably just people looking out and making sure that nobody does anything that they're not supposed to here. I thought that that was the back fence of the graveyard, but it's actually not. There's some sort of installation at the very back. I'm not really sure exactly what it means, but I did see it on the map before I got here. Waste oil. That's really interesting because I don't know if you can see it from back here, but whoa, wow. There's an old highway sign on the back of that person's headstone there. But I'm not sure if you can see back here, but it looked like, I kept saying to myself, it looks like an underground facility, and I wonder if that's what it was, and that's where they're storing this supposed oil, because there was like this building which is really tiny, but then it had this gigantic stairway just sort of going down into nothingness. I don't know if we can actually see it or not. No, it doesn't look like it. It's too far away. It seems kind of odd even that it's that secure. I don't know, maybe if you guys know more than I do, if somebody out there has any idea. It's probably sort of dangerous, I guess. Oh, that's kind of weird. There's like a rope that's been tied in between the trees there. How strange is that? Alright, let's go forward here, see if we can find a few more hidden corners and maybe a few more mausoleums here. I'm not sure on this location if there is going to be any, but it looks like there's still a lot of historical stuff to check out, so I definitely want to keep going. Here's some more above ground, or ground level vaults, I guess I should say. They seem to always have issues like right in here. If they're gonna have holes, it seems to be towards the middle rear section. You can almost, I don't know if you can tell on video or not, but there's a definite haze in the air where something's burning nearby. Almost smells chemical though, like a very bizarre smelling fire. These even have a decent amount of damage up front, but nothing making it into the inner vault there. I want to make it further towards this section over here because I see some fencing, but it looks as if it's decorative fencing that was actually put up by a family. Here's another interesting area. You can see that Nicholas, who was born in 1872, doesn't have a date of death, and that presumably could mean that he remarried and then is buried with his new wife. These have some interesting engraving on them. Very, very deep years and initials on each vault. It looks like I'm starting to see some more flags. Probably a section with a decent amount of veterans, although I'm not seeing any markers. Look how incredible these look. Not the oldest, but I mean, that mirrored surface is incredible. There's even like this little pathway. I think it's just surrounding this family section here. Yeah, definitely doesn't go anywhere, but that's really cool though. Oh, I heard the rustling. A big deer just came out of the woods. I thought maybe it was the people on the four-wheeler. Doesn't seem to be too frightened. Actually getting closer and closer. Probably about 100 feet away right now. Right as I was about to say something about it too. Oh. It has turned around almost to check on me. That's strange. I've never seen a deer that's not frightened like that before. Okay. I'm assuming it's gonna go and take off into the woods over there. That's pretty cool though. Ooh, we have a blank area here, which usually is a larger base where multiple memorials can be placed for like a family section. So that's kind of strange. I don't know if you guys can hear the talking on film very well. But we're like right across the creek from a... Oh, I think that's our deer ahead. But we're right across the creek from a trail. So thanks for watching this episode on 539. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on so you don't miss a single one of the 4 episodes a week we're doing over here. And I will see all of you in the next adventure.